In this video, we'll talk about reducing global warming potential. As the paving industry generates a significant quantity of embodied carbon, it is vital that industry leaders take meaningful steps in reducing these emissions. Emission reduction strategies often take the different life cycle stages into account as a means of organizing information. Regardless of the phase in focus, these reduction efforts can be structured under the following 4 steps. Step 1 establishes embodied carbon inventories. Known as baselining, this process gives the project or agency a starting point from which reduction levels can be compared. These inventories can be aggregated based on either roadway classification or product type. Step 2. Once you have inventoried the embodied carbon for your job or collection of jobs, you can then establish carbon reduction targets. These targets should be public-facing goals that inform and involve all members of the project team. While global standards and the Road Forward have identified 2050 as their target date for net zero, many local or state-level organizations have their own criteria. Washington State, for example, has set the following goals using 2005 emissions levels as a baseline: 45% reduction by 2030, 70% by 2040, and 90% by 2050. Step 3 calls for the implementation of policies and measures to achieve these reductions. This involves adjusting technical specifications, training for roadway designers and builders, and balancing carbon reduction and performance requirements with construction limitations. Finally, progress achieved through these initiatives should be monitored and verified. The emphasis in this stage is that carbon reduction is an iterative process. As monitoring occurs, baselines are modified and action plans are revised. Processes should be updated based on the relative successes and failures of previous measures. The Carbon Leadership Forum has published an industry toolkit that catalogs different strategies to reduce embodied carbon in roadway construction, labeling the methods according to their relative availabilities. For example, under the project design and delivery category, some of the high-impact strategies listed include the use of prefabricated elements and on-site recycling policies. For asphalt materials under modules A1 to A3, use of recycled asphalt like RAP or implementation of cold mix emulsified asphalt offer significant opportunities for carbon reduction. This resource provides many different strategies, some of which will require further research before implementation can occur.